tonight, to drag the past out into the light. We're one, but we're not the same. We get to carry each other.
Hello everyone, welcome. We're here today with myself, Sarah C, Carolyn and Christine, and we're talking about Christine's course.
Yes, so Christine's course is starting next week, and it's, which day is it? Is it next
Thursday?
Yes, Thursday morning. So we've invited Christine along today to chat about what the course will involve and give you a chance to sign up to it. So Chris, do you want to just start by saying something about how you've got into this line of creative writing and doing workshops and what kind of interests you about it?
Okay, yeah, thanks for inviting me along. My background is psychiatric nursing, and I had 40 odd years at it doing, and I had quite a successful career. I retired quite young and went back to university because I've always had a creative streak in me, and I did English and creative arts, and then I went on to do the MA in creative writing. And during that time, I was able to do some workshops, because one of the things I'm quite passionate about is sharing my knowledge and sharing what I can do with other people. I got so much pleasure out of writing myself, and that I felt that it was something that that I could share with others and encourage other people to do. So I kind of evolved into it. I wrote a novel. I got involved in the Portsmouth Writers' Hub. I went on lots of workshops similar to this one, and eventually people started asking me to do them for other people. So here I am. Obviously, I've still got my one foot in the door of mental health, because that was in my life, all my life.
Yeah.
And you can't ever let it go, can you, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So so this course that's part of the kind of whole Mental Wealth Academy program is 5 sessions, isn't it?
That's right.
And who do you think would be interested? Do people need to have some experience of writing, or?
No, not at all.
Right.
It's aimed at any level, really, because although it's specifically we're saying that it's for beginners, people who haven't been writing and maybe have always wanted to, but it's also really important, I think, even if you write regularly, to maybe go on beginners courses. I always find that I learn something new every time I go on a course, at whatever level it's at, and quite often it's about the people you meet on the course, and the exercises bring up new things, new skills, and you're just always learning something new every time.
Yeah, that really speaks to me. And I can see there's a few people watching on the stream. So if for those of you who are out there, just drop us a hello. As always, I'm just going to let you know it's a lonely stage up here when we're we're doing a live stream. We don't know who's out there, so drop us a hello and any questions that you might have. And that's really interesting, that your history and kind of how you found writing and your background. And I'm wondering, in terms of your experience, you spoke a little bit on how you found writing and how you found it really, really beneficial. What I'm wondering is, what will people kind of get from this writing experience?
Well, I think people get different things. Obviously, I've run workshops with different groups. For example, I've worked with people with enduring mental health problems who've got a very, very short attention span, and for them it was as it is with most people that you work with. It's about giving them the self-confidence to actually put down in words what their memories are, what they're feeling, what they're thinking about, to use their imagination, I've worked with people who are recovering from addictions as well, and again, they've got obviously different issues that they want to write about. I use the same sort of workshop ideas with each group, but obviously you have to adapt it depending on what the attention span is really, and what the interest of the group is. Last year I was working with a group of homeless people, and that was very interesting, and included street homeless. And I started off working with the group in a room, and very few people came in, and the feedback that I got when I asked about it was they said they didn't like it because it felt like they were just in prison, because a lot of them had been in prison. And so I moved the workshop into the dining room area, which is a very chaotic space, people coming in and out. There were tussles going on. There were people on watching TV on a big screen. But I just had like prompts and things on the table, and people would come and sit down and say, what you're doing, and maybe getting engaged for just very short times, maybe not even writing, but talking about stuff.
I love that, how you just kind of
I've learned to adapt what I do or what I offer to whoever's in the room, I guess. And for me, I see that people get a lot of benefit out of even just writing something, and also it kind of reawakens things in people that have maybe been dormant for a long time. The poet who hasn't written a poem since school days. It's very powerful and interesting. I'm hoping that these workshops will be fun for people, give them opportunity to try out new skills or reawaken skills that they forgot they had.
So what will the workshops cover then? So over the 5 weeks, what kinds of things
where I have to refer to my notes to remember it. I mean, it starts off very basic. So what I've written down here is that it's aimed at those who would love to have a go at writing stories and don't know how to start. And it could be their own stories, their made up ones, or just want to try something new. The first workshop is based on how to get started, really. Basic stuff, using written prompts, why we want to write, talking about that and thinking about that, or different kinds of creative writing there are, for example, journalism, poetry, short stories, novel writing, writing about your own story, life writing, travel writing, or just writing in a journal, I guess. And then the second workshop is about building a character, so looking at characters, using prompts and writing about that characters. And then the third workshop explores more in depth in using your senses to describe scenes and things that can happen in the scene. You know, what was the taste, what was the smell, what did you see, what did you feel like, and that's so on.
That sounds really good.
Well, I hope
really interesting.
So I will be asking people to bring props along as we go through it. The first workshop, they'll just need to bring writing material and pen, and just a willingness to just sit and be there, really. And,
cool.
And do whatever happens. And then as we go through, I think it's about the third workshop then when I'll be asking them to bring things along, and we'll be looking at photographs and writing stories around that, and postcards and other exercises. And finally, the last workshop is more about what you want to do with your writing. Do you want, is it something you want to carry on doing, and how to do that, really?
Nice.
So sort of signposting and giving ideas out of what groups you could join and so on.
So so with this course, because obviously some of our courses on the Mental Wealth Academy have been kind of more drop-in, and people have been able just to kind of do a session by the video as well, or just sort of drop in and come in and out. And others have been more of a sort of a commitment, like this is a course you're going to do, and this is something that's going to build. This is a kind of a skills development course that you want to assign this time to. what kind of course is yours? Is it something that people need to really come at least, most of the sessions and kind of commit to those 5 weeks, or would it be kind of more drop in and out?
Well, I think the latter, really. Ideally, it would be better if people sort of said, yeah, I'll come to all of them.
Yeah.
Having said that, it won't matter too much if somebody dropped in on any one of them, really, because there's not going to be one piece of work that starts at point 1 and goes all the way through to the end. Each week there'll be different exercises, different bits to do. Obviously it benefit the participants more if they come to all of them, but if they couldn't come to all of them, it wouldn't really be a major issue for them.
That's excellent.
Yeah,
great to know.
Brilliant. Yeah. Okay, so go on.
Sorry, I was going to say not everybody can commit to 5 sessions one after the other. I know I rarely do that. I think I can't come to number 3. There's no point going now, but that wouldn't be the case with this at all.
Yeah. And will people, I mean, if someone did miss a session, they could catch up, by looking at the recording.
Yeah,
obviously
definitely.
Then it's not as good perhaps as being in the workshop, but it still gives you a good idea, doesn't it? And some exercises to practice and things like that.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, and I've signed up for workshops before and missed 1 or 2 and just watched it on after the event. And you're right. It's not quite the same as being there, but you do get a lot out of it, and you still see the exercises. You can still do the exercises at home on your own and gain from it.
That's great. And obviously, like with all of our video tutorial recordings that we have on the platform, I generally edit out any kind of sharing and conversations. So we'll try and do that, and I'll try and kind of keep to the sort of the teaching elements that we'll put into the course for people to redo. But having said that, I know you said that there's going to be quite a lot of sharing in this, so it might be that there's just an agreement made with everyone on the course that we can just put the whole thing in there, and it's private, so it's not like anyone is going to kind of come and redistribute that. It's just private within that group. So I kind of felt like with this workshop, it's going to evolve, that agreement, how it works is going to sort of take place in that first session. Is that what that was the feel that I got from this course?
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, obviously, when people start getting into writing, they do sometimes find things come up that they don't want to look at. And you can't help it. Sometimes things do come up, and writing is a good way of accessing things that are buried.
It looks like Christine's just frozen in a beautiful pose.
Yeah,
I must say. Oh, these frozen screens always catch us at our best, don't they? What a shame. But I think what Christine was trying to say is that the because of the sharing and everything, that any record. Here she comes. She's coming back. Are you back with us?
You froze, and I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I had a thing that came up saying there's a problem with your streaming, and you both froze. Was it me?
I think it was you, because we were still here, but that's all right, Christine. Don't worry. Oh, I think it might have happened again. Perhaps this, and I can see Carolyn's internet's now going down. This.
Okay, perhaps we should bring it to an end.
Yeah. Oh, the internet gremlins are getting us.
Yeah, it just say one of your streams is having problems making connection. Didn't think it was me, but
okay.
Was that effective?
I think the main thing is, have we got the link posted? So do take a look at the course, and there's still time to sign up. There's still time to look at all the other courses we've got several starting next week. Really exciting program, and it's brilliant to hear about the creative writing course. So thank you very much, Christine.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. And I'm glad we made it through with all these internet, all the technology gremlins have been beating us up lately. So we've made it.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.